Now, let me go back here to this part here. And the cherubims, 20, 25, 29, and the cherubim shall stretch forth their wings on high, covering the mercy with their wings, and their faces shall look one to another toward the mercy shall the faces of the cherubim be. Because I want to take you to the part. And thou shalt put the mercy seat above upon the ark. In other words, Jesus Christ, myself, and John the Baptist, who Barack Obama lived by the spirit of Elijah, that came through John the Baptist, and he would be here. And in the ark thou shalt put the testimony that I shall give. The other word, the law of Moses, should go into the hearts of the church, but they are being covered by the mercy. And there I will meet with thee, and I will commune with thee from above the mercy from between the two cherubim which are upon the ark of the testimony of all things. I will give thee in commandment unto the children of Israel. Okay. We're going to stop the lying tongue of the lying Gentile preachers. They're not lying in your behalf. Let him go and lie to his people. If the people want to come over this side and embrace the truth and idea, when you look at the separation of the white ministers and the black ministers, they're still separated even of the day. Somebody is lying. President Barack Obama came in and tried to unite all of these nations together. Well, why don't they take and speak of the space shuttle in Ezekiel chapter 1, Ezekiel chapter 10, and me in Ezekiel chapter 2 and 3, where God demanded I speak to the people and tell them the wicked and the just man alike in Ezekiel chapter 3. Speak to Israel and tell him why he done these things. In other words, if God told me in Ezekiel chapter 3 why he done this thing, then how the heck could you say it's the works of Barack Obama? You can't sit and tell a lie. Jesus said he says he's done these things. Go to your Bible and read Ezekiel chapter 3. Ezekiel chapter 2. Ezekiel chapter 1 is a spaceship. Now, here's the tricky part. He showed you these peoples was in autonomic process. When you go to Ezekiel chapter 9, when he sent Jesus to mark everybody in their forehead. He also spoke in Ezekiel chapter 10 about the blowing up the spaceship, but Ezekiel chapter 9 was the knocking down of the Twin Tower Trade Center building. So how in the world can you lie and say Ben Laden knocked it over and Jesus said he knocked it on? You can't take it in God had Jesus knock it off in Ezekiel chapter 9. You don't want to read that. You can speak lies and everything about Daniel try to lie and change things, but you go to Ezekiel chapter 9 when he called him to Armageddon and told you that he had went up from between the two cherubim, that the two cherubim was here on earth, which was the prophets in the end of the days, which was Elijah and Moses, who was up on the cherubim, and Jesus Christ had went up to the threshold. Don't take my word for it. The knocking down the Twin Tower Trade Center building was not not Osama bin Laden, but it was the handwork of Jesus Christ. I'm going to make this. God had Jesus, and very violent thing. He said, I did what you told me to do. He said, go and scatter the blood, slaughter both men, women, and children. What did he do? He knocked them Trade Center building down. God had Bin Laden do this. He showed in 2003 in Ezekiel chapter 10 that he blew the spaceship up when it came back in there. He showed. He said, I was on his wheel. That's the reason they don't want to come and bring you Ezekiel chapter 10, because they don't want to even bring me, expose me, because I'm going to tell you the truth. But they said people around me and try to intimidate me and kill me. I'm not afraid of them. Well, God said, I'm going to be a lion spirit to him. He told them when he said he's going to chase this evil spirit until the end of the world. He said, I'm going to be a lion tongue. He said, I'm full of miracles. I'm going to tell them, deliver to them, and tell them where they did wrong. Because right now, he's started my house first in Ezekiel chapter 9. And to prove he did that, when they went in and fought Iraq, lied, they lied out of lie. They said, well, Saddam Hussein done built a mega bunker way up under the ground. Lying. And we need some big bomb busters to go down into the earth and bust this thing. Germany, hold me. Lying tongue. Nobody should have been listening to it. This was when the father, President George H.W. Bush, went there. We got to build a mega thing. And when they found Saddam Hussein, he was on a little puny shack under the ground, a canyon, in a little small toilet thing that he used. And one of his peoples agreed, exposed him, and later on, that man was killed. It's a shame how they lie on people. Where's the thing? Nobody brought him to justice. Where's the weapons of mass destruction they alleged he had, which they said take them to war with Saddam Hussein in the second part of Job 2. But yet they went and terrorized us, want to keep us from talking to people. If you sit and you talk to a Arab in this country, you find a face of them white jokers sitting up there staring at you. I don't care if it's in Sam Club, Walmart, anywhere. You can't communicate with people of the world. We are alienated as black people. We can't find information. Only thing we can find is the thing that they tell us. We cannot, as a black people, communicate with other peoples, exercise our freedom to find out the truth. Only thing we could do, is listen to the lies that they tell us. If we listen to what the people talk to them people and find the other side of the story, we are labeled as terrorists, and our freedom is taken from us, and we will be subject to abuse in their system. My God, they brag our tongue through terrorists. They give everybody cell phones now. The hell with your cell phone. You need to take that sucker out and burn it. We don't need no cell phone. We need to be free. Freedom is not when you have to serve another man against your will. God made this planet for the whole world, not partial. Well,